Well, welcome to those channels who have just joined us here on Sky News. We are about to observe a national moment of reflection to mourn the death of the late Queen Elizabeth II and reflect, of course, on her life and legacy. It's a minute's silence that will be observed up and down the country. These some of the locations, obviously in central London, where people will pause, reflect, and stay silent for just a minute after we hear the chimes from the clock tower of Big Ben. Clearly those people, those thousands of people who are in that queue at the moment to enter Westminster Hall to pay their last respects to Her Majesty the Queen, the hundreds of thousands of others who have done that themselves, perhaps now returned home, will also join in that. So we have cameras in many locations up and down the country to observe the silence. In Downing Street, the Prime Minister will be seen, will be in Blackpool, will be in Northern Ireland, will be in York, and of course will be in central London. Well, there, a minute's silence to observe and mourn the life and legacy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And here at Windsor Castle, the crowds gathered, observing the minute's silence, and then, as you can see there, in so many other locations around the country, ripples of applause, 3 cheers in Falkirk. A striking Blackpool Tower there, lit up in red, white and blue, with the heart and the Union flag right in the centre. This is seen at York Minster. And central London, the queues, still many thousands of people waiting their last chance to say their goodbyes to Her Majesty the Queen as she lies in state in Westminster Hall, the queues continuing throughout the night. Well, Becky Johnson is in Derby for us, and Becky, a silence, and then in so many places, cheers, applause. What's been happening there?
Well, this is one community, like so many across the country, that has chosen to come together to mark that National Minute of Silence, to share their thoughts during this period of national mourning, and really to share their reflections. We're now going to hear from a band. This is going to be an evening in celebration of the life and reign of Queen Elizabeth. I can bring in Sally. What have been your reflections just then during that moment of silence, but also during the course of this period of national mourning?
Well, it's a sombre time. We're all sad, I think, and reflecting on, all the past memories, I think. Mum came to the pub in 1953 and she showed the coronation on in the room.
And we're now going to hear songs from the 7 decades or so of the reign of Queen Elizabeth. It's going to be a moment for the community to reflect. And I know you say you've had members of the community who've been to London to join the queue, but also people choosing to remember the Queen in their own quiet way here in Derby.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, a lot of people, I think, are reflecting on things that are personal to them when they've had moments of meeting her or things like that.
And for yourself, I think many people have perhaps been taken by surprise by how personally emotional they've been.
It is, yeah, it is. I think people have been quite surprised how many have made the journey to London and queued for 24 hours.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. So yeah, this community will be spending the evening now listening to a concert, taking some quiet time to reflect on the life and reign of Queen Elizabeth II.
Becky Johnson there in Derby. Thank you very much indeed, Becky. Well.